this. Now I haven't got to court today. In the rain. Okay, people. So I'm in an Uber. Tisha likes to use Ubers. She's always putting me in an Uber. And we're going off to U.S. Minister, British Columbia, Canada, Courthouse, Supreme Court of Canada. How many times is this now, people? Too many times to count. But I'll do it as many times as it's necessary. Right? So it's raining outside. I got Uncle John's stuff here in a black bag. I thought it was going to be in a garbage bag, but I found myself a nice little, carry bag, right? Everything fit in perfect. So, but it's pouring rain outside. And what I'm doing is I'm filing this stuff with the response, the affidavit, the evidence list, with all the photocopies of the documents, plus the flash drive. So, and then I have to, I guess, register for that video thing, their video court, right? So while I'm there, I'll register for that. So anyway, as you can see, right, we're on our way, towing that line, as Tammy would say, tow that line. There's that line, people. See? Is this recording? Oh, hold on a minute. Okay. The building. Here's the courthouse. Doesn't that look familiar? Towing that line, people. There's almost, like last time I checked, there was over 2,300 people want justice for SHAMAY and everybody else in the mix. Okay? That's what we're here for. It's justice. Okay, I think it's working. Oh boy. Lurking in the bushes. What's the matter? Why so, oh boy. What's going on with this thing? I don't know. Can't see nothing. Hold on a minute. Anyway, alright, I fixed it. Just gonna have a smoke. I'm done filing it. There was a lawyer lurking for a minute. I spoke to him briefly. I asked him if he did pro bono. He said no, not really. Hasn't done one of those in a long time. He disappeared. The lawyer is lurking. What else you gonna do, right? So basically, on the 9th, it's either going to be just a simple phone call. That's my court, people, a phone call. If I can't log into their Microsoft team. If we can't log into their, Tisha can't log into their Microsoft team, they're going to do everything on a freaking phone call. That doesn't seem very fair, people. That's what I was telling the clerk, right? That's even worse than showing up and you have to stand in front of them and beside the lawyers and everything. Now they got you down to a freaking automated voice. Well, automated voices. Just doesn't seem fair, people. To me, it's like discrimination. They brought that crap in when they had the COVID crap. They used COVID to cut back on services in the courthouse. and to further disenfranchise people. Literally. Including lawyers. Because if I was a lawyer, I don't think I'd like that. That's like shady in my opinion. That's doing things in the dark. Anyway, I told the guy, this is if they throw it out, expect to see me back. Right? Expect to see me back. I'll do it again. Yeah. I don't care how blind I get, people. I'll find a way. I'm like flabbergasted. I don't know what to think. Seriously. In terms of doing everything on a phone. Anybody could be sitting behind that phone. That's when they're going to start bringing in their robotoids, people. That's what they're going to do. You watch. You'll be an automated robotoid as a judge and a jury and a prosecutor. They won't even need lawyers, okay? Yeah. Like, I can't believe that. It's bad enough doing it on the computer. Now I'm being told that it will probably be just a freaking phone call. Which is shady. It's like a bunch of gremlins running around in the dark, just being mischievous. Anyway, we got a file, people. I have somebody helping me that cares. She just had a baby, so she was only capable of doing so much. And she doesn't have the right software, right, in terms of the computer and the program, but she did a really good job considering all things said. I didn't see her until like Tuesday. And she had a baby. No, I seen her on Monday. I seen her on Sunday. I seen her on Sunday, and she had a C-section on Tuesday. And we were on the phone last night till 4:30 in the morning. I went to sleep at 5:30, and then I got up at 9:30. And I was up for 24 hours, people, because I got up at 5:30 yesterday morning, was up until 5:30, and then slept finally. I was wigging, I was just, right, because by that time, 24 hours later, I've been up, and it took me about an hour to fall asleep, so you can say I fell asleep at 6:30, and then I just woke up at 9:30, and we're here now. All for a phone call, behind closed doors. As the lawyer is lurking. Right? Okay, so I'm home now. So I'm showing you this, and then we'll put it on me, and we're going to talk about what happened today and my feelings. And anyway, I kind of went on a little shopping spree. You can see this. What this is leather, different types of leather. I will open it up at some point and I'll show you. And I'm going to make something for Amari, and we're going to get into moccasin making as well as jewelry with this, which is scraps. And then we've got this, which I'm going to be using for Amari to make a leg brace. Here's some more, or whatever I decide to do. These are leather straps. Nice and thick, strong, really strong. Right. So we've got lots to choose from, depending on what I do. And then we got this, which is what you want for sewing. Yeah, you have to use the needle. Where's the needle? I got needles here. Where's the needles? Oh God, I lost the needles, people. How the heck did I lose needles? Oh my lord, I can't lose those needles. Hold on a minute. Okay, so we're going to talk about what happened, and, well, it was great. I feel kind of at peace, believe it or not. Well, at least for a little while, in terms of that working for a week under that kind of pressure. Like yesterday, I'm surprised. And you see, this is what SHAMAY didn't understand. Like, I don't consider myself to be of high intelligence in terms of, like, having an extremely high IQ. But I'm also not one of the lower, you know, in terms of on that scale. You know, I'm somewhere, I don't know where I am, but I know SHAMAY was up there, right? And, you know, enough documentation has been put out there that, you know, normally people with high IQs, they don't require a lot of sleep for whatever reason. Like, they can function on 3 hours a day, seriously, of sleep. So, with that said, yesterday I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, I went to bed at 10. I think the night before, because I was, you know, I've been working until I get sick. Like, literally, I'm like sick. So, I made myself go to bed at like 10:30 or whatever it was 2 nights ago. And then I got up at 5:30 in the morning, okay? That was yesterday. I got up at 5:30 in the morning. And I was up today, okay, till 5:30 in the morning. In other words, I was awake for 24 hours because I was on the phone with the person that was helping me with Form 33, putting down did an affidavit for me and doing an evidence list from a typing point of view versus the way I did it, right? Right? And she's at complete arm's length. So, and because she's done... she's worked with lawyers before and has done different things. She understands what facts are and what material facts are. So as we were talking on the phone, off and on, like through, you know, several hours, right up until, oh God, it was like 5:30 in the morning. Like seriously, like 4:30, by 5 o'clock we were off the phone. And I didn't get to bed until like 5:30. And then, even then, I tossed and turned, couldn't sleep for at least an hour. So I fell asleep at 6:30. So I was up for 25 hours before I went to sleep. But I wasn't feeling sick, though. That's the thing. Right? For whatever reason. I was before, you know, 3 nights ago, because of I worked hard, people, on what I did. Okay? And then I just woke up at 9:30 on my own. So I fall asleep at 6:30. I've been up for 25 hours. And I wake up at 9:30 on my own. And I've been going since 9:30. Do I look sick to you? No. Right? I don't even feel woozy. So, you know, this is why I tried to explain to SHAMAY. Because she used to suffer from not being able to sleep. Her brain going, right? I told her, read a book. If you really want to sleep, lay in bed and just read. Read until you can't read no more. And you'll go to sleep. Even if you read till... I used to read books, people, until 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, you're reading a novel. Remember that in the good old days when we used to read novels? You know, reading, right? And Stephen King, right? You want to know, right? So I'm reading at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to get to that end of the story, right? I told you, mate, just read. Read yourself to sleep. Read for as long as you need to read. And she would have figured it out sooner or later, right? She would have just accepted it. You know, you have your high points and you have your low points. Everybody goes through that. But I just found it really odd that I should be up for that amount of time, not feel adversely affected by it, and still have the stamina to do what I did today. Okay? So, with that said, I've been wanting to make something for Amari's legs for a long time. I've been wanting to use leather. Now, I do have leather here, and actually I do have things in my bedroom that are nothing but related to leather work. And now that I'm getting into leather, I'm going to pull out those boxes. And I got stamps that you can, stamp it right into the leather and it makes a picture, right? I've got different stamps. And I don't know I got the bone beads. I've got, oh man, there's eagle feathers in there, people. I have eagle feathers. I just remembered. Oh, different sizes. I've got big ones and little ones. Oh man. I'm so excited to get into those boxes. So, and I'm so hoping that my moccasin pattern is in those boxes. I used to have 2 different kinds, and I lent out one pattern, and I never got it back, and I like that pattern better than the one that I do have kicking around the house. The only thing is I haven't sewed for so long, people, I don't even know where it would be, other than it might be with that leather stuff that I specifically have in boxes for, living a normal life, doing things with your family, right? Making things, being productive, that kind of stuff, right? So now that so I was walking from the courthouse, and, I went looking for beads, really, but I knew that leather store where I went in today was there because that's the dude who kicked me out with the mask. The last time I went to the courthouse, he didn't let me in because he wouldn't accept my mask exemption. And he didn't want just a shield because I had a shield, right? Anyway, it wasn't a problem today. I went in there and I bought a whole bunch of stuff because I really want to make Amari some things. Leg braces to begin with. And it's not even a brace. It's just support to gently to help him. Because, okay, first of all, he's naturally bow-legged. That's the first thing I've noticed about Amari. There is, to some degree, he's naturally bow-legged to some degree. But because of the cerebral palsy, the right side of his body pulls. So what happens is children like him, they end up crossing their legs, right? And because the right side is tight for him, things, right? So, I've been asking, honestly, people, I have been asking for years for a leg brace from the top of the, where the groin comes, where the thigh meets the groin, from about there, a single leg brace that will go all the way down to, I guess, at least his ankle, to help with the boldness, right? Because, right? The problem with that, though, is if you look at what they do from a medical perspective with their, some of these things get really fancy. They got little dials and they got all kinds of crazy crap, right? Screws here and screws there, and and it's not, and I'm sure they get heavy and bulky, and that's not what I want for Amari, because Amari likes to move, I really encourage him to have the freedom to just move his body, like that video with him with his legs up on the pillow laughing, thinking it's great. And it was, right? So there's got to be a little bit of flexibility in there. That's what I'm thinking. So let's talk about leather for a minute as I'm going about this, okay? Because now I'm bouncing because I got my strike released from YouTube today. Isn't that interesting? I have to hand in my court papers by today, because if I don't, then the court would see me as dismissing the case, right? So it had to go in today, but today is the day I can post on YouTube as if I want to. However, I do want to do an update, towing that line, right? And so I'm going to put this on YouTube, calling it Towing That Line. And then at some point over the course of the week, I'll probably link this video into for an update for SHAMAY's petition. Okay? Right? This is for, an update for SHAMAY's petition. And what better person to talk about other than Amari, right? When we're not talking about court and that kind of stuff. So anyway, But you know what? Honestly, after that, people, I don't know. I just, for the ones that are watching this on YouTube right now, like seriously, you're going to have to find a way to get to BitChute, because I can't be doing videos, saying something, and then just have, right? You know, I don't, you know, things are going to get funky for us, right? In terms of what our governments, quote unquote, are doing. Slowly but surely, with that boiling frog effect, you know, trying to reel in the herd, or the fish or whatever. And, you know, it's just a matter of time. You know how much money I spent in the leather store today? I think about $500. Now, this dude kicked me out the last time I went to his store because I wouldn't wear a mask. But I told him I was coming in and giving it another chance, because I like leather and I need to make something for my grandson. I asked him if he could do it. He said no, but I'm going to find a way, okay? And so anyway, oh boy, what was I saying? That really slipped my mind. Oh yeah. So I ended up spending almost $500. Now, I used my overdraft. It's only because I don't go out very often, and I was there, and you have to get on the SkyTrain and cross over the water, and you know, I don't plan on going back anytime soon at this point, right? You know what I mean? So if I was going to get it now, and that's exactly what I did. And it's not like I can't use it or I won't use it, because now that I have really a fresh start with what I want to do with Mari, I'm going to work on it like over the next, it might take me a month to figure it out. And I'm going to try different prototypes in terms of how I want him to be able to have something to help him keep this a little straighter, but yet still be able to move around. You see, that's the thing. He needs to be able to move around. So, okay. Wow, jeez. And I'm going to make moccasins as well. Everybody in the house needs them. I need them. Andre needs them. Alea May needs them. Tisha needs them. Amari. Not so much moccasins as he does a leg brace with maybe some kind of foot support. That's an idea, right? Leather isn't necessarily easy to work with, but I feel confident that I can do something with this, because I am a seamstress. I'm not one that can see very well anymore, but I have this. It's called a magnifying glass. And I have more than one, to which I found my needles here. Where are they now? Right here. Nice leather needles. Specifically for this. Do you know how much this cost? $80. 75 bucks. $80. But it will last a long time, and I know I have in the house here somewhere, but I just don't have time to look for it. But when I do, this will be great for moccasins. And whatever I do with the Mari, and how I do it. And then I got a whole bunch of this shit for like $1, $2 a bag. And what these are those things. Okay? Right? Because I'm going to be more than likely using straps. And I bought also too, like months ago, they're made for men, right? Women have them. You can buy them for women too. And what they are is they're hip wraps to help injured hips and to support hips, right? In adults, I bought it for the fabric because it's breathable and it's stretchable and it's just good fabric, right? So I'm going to intertwine that breathable fabric with leather, that where some places there's going to be more support, where other places it's going to be like I have different kinds of leather, right? Like this one here, you can see, look how nice this is, right? Okay, that's for the more that's for the area where he needs more support. and it's nice and big. Okay, hold on. What do you got? That was a bell. Look how big this is. For what I need for now, that'll work out really good for him. It will be a good starting point for me. Because what I have here, I tried it and I just didn't, I'm not saying I won't use it another day, but it didn't work out. And then I got another nice piece, which is, this one's softer. This one's, you can see, right? And it was really nice. It's really, really nice. And it's nice, you can see. Look at this. Look. That's a lot. That's a meter. Okay. It's not very wide, but in lengthwise, it's a meter. And it's a nice, has a really nice feel to it. And I'm choosing leather because over a period of time, the leather will conform to the body and to the movements of the body in terms of where Mari's strengths are. Because he's got strong legs, right? Plus, doing something like this, you know, after it's all said and done, I would think would help him to build muscle on his leg because there's a little bit of weight bearing, right? It's not overwhelming like when they make them in a orthopedic facility, right? Those are big and bulky and heavy with dials and bolts and all kinds of crazy crap, right? And even if they use the plastic where they mold it or whatever, you know, just to keep it just like this and nothing else but this, like nice and straight, right? Nothing more, nothing less. And it's like hard, right? Like plastic, you know, it creates muscle waste, right? Because they're not exercising their leg. He needs to be able to push and realize that if he pushes a little harder, he can actually move it to where he wants, right? And then over a period of time, I figure, you know, the leather will conform. And then I bought this because it was on sale. And again, it's another nice one. And there's a lot here, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. There's different pieces. See, look, maybe I bought 2 pieces, I don't know. But, you know, for something like this I can use for moccasins, which I'm going to try and do because everybody needs slippers. Moccasins are the best. So now it smells like leather. And I've got other pieces of leather around, right? So I'm going to just start working on leather, people. I'm going to do it now while I can still see. And if I can make a leg brace for a Murray that actually works, and it's once you get the base of what you're doing, you know, you just have to make it larger as he gets older. And I might even make him a little bit of a back support, like some kind of a back, just to help him with his back just a little bit, you know, right? Versus going like this, down like this. I don't know. I have to see. Right? I can figure. I'll probably figure something out. And look at this piece. This is another long one. Right? It's perfect for what I need. I just have to believe in myself that I can make something. So I'm not, instead of rushing, I'm gonna really make an effort to stop and think and take my time with it. So that it's good. And then like these things here, the reason I bought these, and you know, as my reasoning, these are just scraps, but for what I need for that resistance, right, in terms of without putting too much weight, because you want him to be able to move to some degree, right? It's important that he can still, right, and the older he gets, the stronger he gets, right? He's exercising, so he's not losing muscle, he's building muscle, right? So for something like this, okay, these are the scraps, right? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out a way This is not as stiff as I thought it was. This one a little stiffer. Right? But I can run something underneath it. I don't know. I'm working on it. So that's what we're going to do. And then, to make it easy on myself, see, I already lost those needles again. What is it with these needles? Boy, oh boy. Here they are. I don't want to lose these needles. This little tool here, I have tools too, right? I have to find them. I have to gather everything up now. This little tool takes the edge off so it rounds it off. So when it's on his skin, if it is for any reason, it won't irritate it. And then because it's leather, over a period of time, it's just going to soften. This is a Japanese tool to cut leather. It was $60. But it's the best, the dude said. And I guess these were used. They seem kind of used because they're tarnished, but I don't care. I got them for $10. That's to punch holes. I think I already have a hole puncher, but for $10, these are nice. Right. So that's what we're going to do. So as it is, now that everything is over for now, until, what is it, June 9th? That's in 6 days from now, right? The clerk told me I could go to the courthouse at 9:30 in the morning and hover around outside the courthouse, like the courtroom, and ask if I can go inside and face the judge, right? And they might let me in, but, you know, I'm not in the mood to be, let me in, motherfucker, let me in, right? Mother boo-boo, let me in, mother boo-boo, right? You think that's funny, Amari? Right? I'm not in the mood to be banging on no door to let me in, you know, because it is what it is. So I'm going to see if I can hook up with this Microsoft team. Tisha's going to see if she can set that up for herself too. And between the two computers, hopefully we'll be able to hook into that, whatever it is that they do. Otherwise, it's just going to be on a phone call. That will be my court. It will be on a phone call. On my home phone. Okay. See, these are nice. I got different sizes to choose from for different reasons, depending on what I want to do. I've got these as well. I've got other ones myself, but I was there. These were like, some of them were $3, but most of them were like $1 a pack. So $2 a pack or whatever. It's not a big deal. And so I'm just gonna, I guess, upload this on YouTube. You see, this doesn't seem like a very good update, right? I'm not enthusiastic about it, people. There's no enthusiasm around it. Is it because I work like a dog all week long just to meet the deadline? Because that was kind of cold and callous, don't you think? Oh yeah, there was a lawyer there. I did talk to him briefly when I was, you know, going to file the papers. But I must have scared him because he kind of disappeared. He told me he'd talk to me outside in the foyer area, but when I left, by the time I got out there, he was gone. So, but he was lurking for a little bit, so that's good. All right, you gotta like those lurking lawyers, you know. We just have to get them out of the bushes. That's all, and get them more involved, more proactive. All right. We need justice warriors when it comes to lawyers. Hey, that was catchy. We need justice warriors when it comes to lawyers. Hum, hum.